Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today's video is phrasal verbs in academic English. So, in this lesson you will learn 8 phrasal verbs commonly used in academic English. Put forward, carry out, point out, be made up of, set out, go into, look back over, and go through. Okay, so let's start here. Put forward. And this means suggest an idea for consideration. Present an idea for consideration. Example. So you're in a meeting and I put forward several ideas for how to increase sales. I put forward. This means I suggested several ideas for how to increase sales. This is the past simple because remember the verb put is irregular. So the past form of put is also put. So this means I suggested in the past. I suggested several ideas for how to increase sales. She has put forward a theory of why interest rates are rising. She has put forward. She has suggested a theory. Okay, and here we have the present perfect. Okay. Carry out. And this means to actually do something. Complete something. Okay. So a common example is research. So Mark is carrying out research on the coronavirus. Okay, so Mark is doing research. He is completing research on the coronavirus. We also use this word for experiments. So Jane is carrying out a series of experiments. Okay? Carrying out. And here we have the present continuous. Okay? Do something or complete something. To point out something, point out something. And this means that we're giving information about something. And we usually use this when we are telling someone who does not already know the information. Okay, we are quite sure, we are quite certain that the other person does not know this information. Okay, so we are pointing it out to the other person. Okay, we are indicating this new information to them. So, a good example, the doctor is pointing out the importance of a healthy diet. The doctor is pointing out the importance of a healthy diet. And we can also add the person. We could say the doctor is pointing out the importance of a healthy diet to the patient. To the patient. Okay? Pointing out something to someone. Here we have Mark. Mark is pointing out the company's increase in market share. He's pointing out, so he's giving information about the company's increase in market share. He is pointing it out to his colleagues. Okay, he is pointing it out to his colleagues. Okay, so giving information. And before I continue, don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. Let's continue. To be made up of. be made up of. And this means consist of, to consist of. And we use be made up of to describe the parts of something. So we describe the individual parts of something. Example, in science, we can describe blood. Blood is made up of plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Okay, so this is the list of the parts of blood. Okay, is made up of. So this is the verb be, is. So we have be and then made up of. And another very simple example. A hand is made up of a palm, 4 fingers, and a thumb. So this part here, this is the palm, P-A-L-M, palm. And here we have the 4 fingers and a thumb. Be careful of the word thumb. We do not pronounce the letter B. This is a silent B. So we say thumb. Okay? Be made up of. Set out. And this takes the form, we set out to do something. Set out to do something. And this means that we aim to do something. We aim to do something. So this means we use this to describe our objective. Why we are doing something. What are we trying to do? What is our goal? What is our objective? Okay, so let me give you 2 examples. The article, so this means the newspaper article or the academic article, okay, the science article, sets out to show. So this means that the objective of the article, the goal or the purpose of the article is to show the positive impact of electric cars on the environment. Okay, so the article sets out to show. It means the objective of the article is to show. And Mark is setting out to improve the company's image. Okay, so here we are describing Mark's objective. He has a new job. He is working in marketing, perhaps, or public relations. And his goal, his objective, is to improve the company's image. He is setting out to improve the company's image. He is aiming to improve the company's image. That is his goal. Go into. And this means to discuss something in detail. And we often use this in a meeting. So when we start a meeting, we can say, in this meeting, we will go into last year's financial results. So here we have the future, the future tense, and we are saying that in this meeting, we will discuss, we will talk about last year's financial results. Okay? Go into. And we can also use this when we're discussing something in a report, in writing. So in her report, the scientist goes into the benefits of vitamin B12. Okay, so in her written report, the scientist discusses the benefits of vitamin B12. Okay, and here we have the the present simple. The scientist goes into. Present simple of the verb go. Okay? Discuss something in detail. Look back over. So we look back over something. And this means to review or revise something. So a very common example in an academic context. The teacher says, please look back over your notes before next week's test. So here the teacher is saying, please review your notes before next week's test. Please revise your notes before next week's test. Okay? To look at them again. Okay? Go through. So we go through something. And this means to examine something. Or we can also say to look at something in detail. Okay, we're reading something very carefully. Or to check something. So we're reading something very carefully, we're checking it, we're examining it. So a common example, the maths teacher says, no, the answer is not 102. Go through, this should be in red, I'm sorry, this should be in red. Go through your calculations carefully. Okay, so examine your calculations carefully. Check your calculations carefully. Read very carefully your calculations. Okay? And another very common example, the science teacher says, go through, again, I'm sorry, this should be red. Go through chapter 2 and then do the exercises. So this means examine carefully chapter 2 or read very carefully chapter 2 and then do the exercises. Okay? So there we are, that's the end of the lesson. Again, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. If you're preparing for the IELTS exam, click here for information about our course. And here are some other videos I recommend.